What's up, you guys? DJ Switch, RadioFreeNerdcore.com, Hit Squad DJ's crew. I apologize for the shaky camera. I'm trying something different. But we'll see how it works out. Anyway, I wanted to share something that I read on Facebook with you guys. It was shared by a friend of mine named Sarah, who's kind of a badass. She plays for a roller derby team and is pretty successful at it. And I guess she just recently hurt her hand playing softball, and she's also a really good person and an incredibly talented photographer. She shared this article from Vox.com, VOX.com, and the title of the article is "I'm an obesity doctor. I've seen long-term weight loss work. Here's how." And it was written by Dr. Yanni Freedhoff, and what Dr. Freedhoff is basically saying is that the biggest secret to weight loss is learning how to be happy with the changes in your life that you have to make in order to lose weight and maintain a healthy life. Which, is... I stumbled on something else, a while ago that said basically the same thing. And I've heard other people tell me these things, and my trainer tells me this all the time. And so I think that's been probably the biggest secret for me to losing weight, has been figuring out, what is it that really makes me happy, and how does that play into the changes in my life that I've had to make in order to keep the weight down. So one of the things that Dr. Freedhoff mentioned in his article that I thought was particularly interesting was he was talking about how we look at success and how we think about the goals that we set and how we measure the success of those goals. He said one of the biggest problems with people being able to lose weight, or the people who do lose it, the problem they have with keeping it off, is that a lot of times they get discouraged, or they sort of lose interest over time. And the evidence was presented last year when they did a study of Biggest Loser contestants, and they found that a lot of the Biggest Loser contestants several years after being on the show had put a lot of the weight back, or they had not managed to maintain their metabolic rates, so they couldn't keep burning calories as they were taking them in. And the point of the article is that, even though they published that study of the Biggest Loser contestants over the years, and the results that they found from that study, he said don't be discouraged, because as a medical professional, he sees long-term weight loss work for a lot of people, and he sees it all the time. The other thing they mentioned in the article that I thought was really interesting, where he gets to talking about like goals and how to think about the goals. He mentions that he likes to run for fun. It's kind of a foreign concept to me. But that's what he's a runner. He likes to run, and he mentions that to qualify for the Boston Marathon, you have to finish an entire marathon in under 3 hours and 15 minutes. Well, he says that he can only finish half of a marathon in 2 hours and 12 minutes, and only barely. He said the last 20 minutes of that he wanted to die. His words. And so he said the likelihood is not very high that he'll be able to qualify for the Boston Marathon anytime soon. But the point that he's trying to make, and he goes into this a little bit more in detail, what if we measure success by whether or not we can qualify for the Boston Marathon? That's ridiculous. So few marathon runners actually can qualify for something that intense. And a lot of people who are trying to lose weight, that's sort of how they see their idea of what success looks like. They're trying to run the Boston Marathon. And the idea that he's presenting here is that, each individual person has to start wherever they're at and figure out some goals that work for them. I thought it was particularly interesting to stumble across this article a week after I hit my first big goal, which was getting under 500 pounds. I've had no change this week. I've had some stomach issues. I've had some diet issues. It's been a rough week. But thankfully I'm not too far off from where I was last week, and I think I'll be able to lose some more this week, I hope. Getting back in the gym and that kind of stuff. But you know, hitting that first big goal for me was awesome, but I also am well aware that, you know, getting under 500 pounds was only 90. My next goal is to hit the 100-pound mark, and I'm 10 pounds shy, and this week I'm still 10 pounds shy. So, you know, he mentioned, it was interesting. One of the other things that caught my attention in the article was that he mentioned there's a registry for people who've lost weight, and I think if I hit the 100-pound mark, I'm going to sign up for this registry. To qualify, you have to have lost 30 pounds and kept that 30 pounds off for over a year. Well, it's been a year. I'm down 90, 10 more pounds, and I think I'm going to sign up for this registry. And I guess that's where a lot of people who write books and things, they go to research, you know, folks who've lost weight and that kind of thing. So it'd be cool to, you know, share my story and hopefully motivate some other folks and kind of explain to people that it is hard. It is definitely a lot of work, but at the same time, it's very doable. Especially coming from a big Italian boy that loves his pasta and pizza and whatnot. So anyway, I'm really encouraged by this article. I'm going to leave a link down in the description on YouTube, as well as a link in the comments on the Facebook post, because I know a lot of you guys watch this on Facebook. I love you all. I'm going to check in with you again next time I get a chance to sit down and make a video. In the meantime, that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. DJ Switch, Hit Squad DJs Crew, RadioFreeNerdcore.com, 587.